Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Bali Life Unfiltered. This week we are going to be talking about all those funny things that happen in Bali. We are constantly saying to each other, only in Bali.
Yeah, only in Bali. So many interesting, funny things that I don't think you'll find elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or it's just a little bit different here.
Yeah, I mean, let's just dive into some funny things that happen, I guess. One recently, which I know I've spoken to you about a lot, probably, or maybe it's not you, maybe I told everyone. I ordered a pair of shoes, golf shoes for Chick for his birthday. Birthday's on January 13th. Bear in mind, I did order it a bit late. I ordered it actually on his birthday. So I ordered from Puma, Indonesia.
Yeah.
So it should have come from Jakarta. A few weeks later, I'm like, hang on, we didn't get those shoes. And so I'm like looking on the tracking. I can see like the last day it had any tracking was the 19th of January.
Yeah.
And then
Is it in Bali?
It had been sent to Denpasar sortation. I think that's where it was. And so at that point, I'm like, I think I'll just message the customer service and see where it is. Like, it's a bit weird that it would be kept there. And I think when I checked it, it was the last day of January. So like it should have made its way to us by then. Because things do take a bit longer with delivery, but not that long. If it's
good, if it's in Indonesia.
If it's already in Bali, like it should have got to us. And they're like, oh, weird. Let me follow up the courier. And I'm like, well, you can see here that the tracking says this. And anyway, days go by and I keep following up, not really getting an answer. I'm like, well, can you just give me a refund because it's not arrived? They're like, no, we need to wait for the item to come back to us. We've requested it from the courier. I'm like, but they don't know where it is either. Like, I'm not waiting till you get it. I was like, what if you never get the item back? You're not going to refund me? Anyway, so this goes on for weeks and weeks of not knowing where the item is. And I'm like, please just give me a refund. They're like, okay, we've spoken to like the manager, whatever. We'll process the refund. So they told me they'd process the refund on like the 11th of February or something like that. And I never got a refund. It gets to 2 weeks later. They're like, oh, sorry, there was a problem with our processing, our third party payment. We've done it again. And so I'm checking like every day, nothing. It's like March by this point. And then randomly I get a WhatsApp from the courier company saying in Indonesian, so I was translating, like, is this your order? What was your order? Can you send me a photo of the shoes? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was thinking they were being strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, he then sent me some photos of the shoes unpacked. And I was like, yeah, that's them. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, miss. Like, our staff has been embezzling goods.
Oh, no.
And he was like, have you got a refund through Puma? And I'm like, no, but they've said they are going to. He's like, I'm so sorry, this happened like multiple times to our customers.
Oh, they said so.
Yeah, so he was great, this guy, the poor guy, and he's had spoken to many people, but and I told Puma this, and they were still not, like, nothing had happened. Anyway, this went on and it's stressing me out for a long time. The whole of March, still nothing. And then randomly, like a week ago, the money just went boom into my account. So it took
a week ago.
Ago.
What?
I ordered on the 13th of January. It's taken over 3 months to get a refund.
So you didn't get the shoes?
No, I never got the shoes. Yeah, well, he found them in someone's bag.
Oh.
Like they were unboxed and someone had stolen them.
Oh,
Patrick was like, just ask for him to send them. I was like, yeah, I think we've passed that point.
And get the refund.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But it was just such a long process. And if that was in the UK or Australia, it would have been dealt with so much more quickly and the refund would have been in my account.
Yeah.
If I hadn't have chased it, I would have never got my money back.
Yeah, no.
And it was just like soul destroying. I honestly had given up, but suddenly it randomly appeared.
Yeah. That's nice.
And they were like, would you like a 30% discount voucher as a goodwill gesture? I was like, no. Absolutely not. I don't want to buy anything. Anyway.
Yeah. But that is that is what delivery service is a bit like here.
Yeah.
Or getting anything here.
Yeah.
Like I'll get a delivery. So Shopee and Tokopedia are the main online shops here.
Yeah.
That we get most of our stuff from.
Yeah, so similar to Amazon, but not as quick.
Not as quick, but it is quicker than I expected, to be honest, considering apparently if you get it from Australia or overseas, it could take weeks or months to get anything.
Yes.
Like my parents are like, we'll send you something. I was like, no, do not do it.
Yeah.
You also get taxed on anything coming in, like that is
from abroad.
I don't believe it's like we don't get it in Australia. I don't know if you get it in UK, but anything coming into Indonesia is taxed. And for Bali, I don't know if it's all of Indonesia, but Bali specifically, they just randomly pick a number of what percentage you want to tax. Like I got these supplements delivered from America and they were like 100 US. The first time I got them, the exact same order, I think I got charged 20%.
Yeah, okay.
Then the next time I got it, I think I got charged 40% of the retail price on top of. And you have to pay it to get it, obviously.
To get out from
to get it out, yeah. But it's just like, oh, let's just charge this much. Like, how is it not
there any science to it?
Yeah, ridiculous. But with the delivery, so sometimes I won't get a package. It'll say it's been delivered. And they have a photo. Like they'll send a photo. And sometimes I've got a photo and it's literally a package on the side of the road. What? I'm like, that's clearly not my house.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Shopee. And I think Shopee's very good with
I find they're quite good.
Another time it said it had been delivered and it was just a photo of nothing, like a blackness.
Yeah.
Because they take it.
Yeah.
And they say it's been delivered.
Yeah.
Like the delivery drivers might take it.
Yeah, this happens a lot. I will also say, like, trying to get a refund somewhere is quite, most places in Bali, you there's no option for a refund. Definitely, like, locally, there's stores around here.
Is it because they don't know how to
I don't know if they have a refund system.
I walked into, like, what's it called, like a mini mart here, and to get Annabelle like a squeezy yogurt, right?
Yeah.
Grabbed a squeezy yogurt, paid for it. And then Annabelle's like, that's not the flavor I wanted. Still in the shop.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I'm just going to change the flavor. Yeah. Not opened. And she's like, no, you can't do that. I was like, I'm just going to change the flavor. You can like just put it through. Just change it over. Yeah. She's like, no, but we can't do that.
I think they're like their computer systems. I don't know if it's their computer systems aren't as advanced as other places that they literally, if their computer can't do it, they can't do it. Maybe. They don't understand.
But if they double scan something, they can take that out.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know if they just think that way. So I've ordered things before from H&M online, which you can get delivery here, great. But to get a refund, if you want to take it to the store, there's only one H&M store in Bali that you can actually do refunds. So we've tried to take it to Beach Walk before. They're like, no, we don't do refunds here. You have to take it. I think it's the one in Bali Mall Galleria. And I went there to return something once. And they take it. They make you fill in some paperwork. Someone goes away, comes back. And I'm like, so can I get my refund? They're like, that will be refunded to you once it's been processed at like head office. And then you get your money back. I'm like, what? No, I want you to give me my money back now. I'm like, how do I know that I give you the item that you're actually going to process it? So they can't.
Like a H&M thing? Or?
I don't know. They couldn't do the refund there. So it basically got sent, and then like, I don't know, it must have been like 2 or 3 weeks later, I magically got the money, but there was no instant.
That's so, like, I can't even imagine. So many things could go wrong in that time.
Exactly.
I was surprised you even got it.
I was like, well, whatever. Just, hope for the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
What about like Tokopedia and Shopee orders? Like, are there things that have arrived? They're not quite what you thought they were going to be?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, I love the Shopee. So Tokopedia is basically all in Indonesian.
Yes.
So you have to kind of copy it and paste to translate.
You definitely.
Using like all the buttons, it's all in Indonesian. Shopee I use because there's the English version.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I used to.
Like the buttons are all in English, but the description of the product is still in Indonesian. So you can, again, translate it. And I'm pretty good. I generally translate everything. Yep. But my husband, worse, never translates anything and he never gets anything. It's so really weird. And then he'll be like, I never got that. And then he'll look and then it's like, who knows where it is? And then he just...
It's been too long. Yeah.
It's been too long, so you can't get a refund or anything. I've had a few where I've gotten... So I ordered like cupcake tin things, like the paper.
Yeah.
The reusable ones.
Oh, yeah.
And the photo is like a pack of 5. Like there's 5, right? Yeah. I just presume it's 5. It was quite cheap, but it was still whatever, 5. So I think I got 3 lots of 5.
Oh.
So I ordered 15.
Yeah, okay.
In my head, I ordered 15 little cupcake tray things. Yeah. And then I got delivered and there was only 3.
Yes.
It's like, ask? Like, who's ordering just
Who's ordering
3?
individual cupcake holders?
Yeah. I think it worked out to be about 80 cents.
Yeah, fine. But
then with delivery, I was just like, oh my God.
yeah, the life lesson with Tokopedia and things shopping to translate. I have had the same thing, similar things. I think I was ordering either blister plasters or scar plasters, Band-Aids for other people. And the picture had a box, there was 5 in there.
Yep.
And it was quite expensive. They were a special type of plaster.
Yeah.
And I got something through the mail and it was like just a piece of paper. I was like, I opened it and there's one plaster. Like,
wait,
individual.
In a box?
No, it wasn't even in a box.
Oh,
it was just, and it was like, like a sheet of paper, basically. In the wrapper. I was like,
oh my God.
one? And it was actually quite expensive. I think it was the equivalent of like £9.
What?
Something ridiculous. There was one.
One.
So I go back and I'm like, but then I look on there and the description says it's for one plaster.
Yeah.
It's just not the box. I was like,
oh my God.
It's my fault.
Another funny thing with that is, have you seen that to get a refund a lot of the time, you have to do an unboxing video?
Yeah.
So that's a thing here when you get a delivery and like I know friends that do it for everything. I've never done one because, but you take a video as you're unboxing it to show if it's damaged so they don't think you've damaged it somehow.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they do. They does say that on everything you order and I've never recorded an unboxing video.
No.
I don't even.
No.
Yeah, it's just too much for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But I have gotten a few random things delivered that have my name on it and they're not even, like, I haven't ordered them.
Oh, really?
We got this box of locks, screwdriver, nails, ballet outfits.
Really?
They were all in one box.
They were all together?
Yes.
Nails and a ballet outfit?
Yes. But I was just like, that kind of is weird when you haven't ordered it.
That's
and it's
super
just
weird. Sorry, do you have your name
with
on
my
it?
name on it?
Oh, someone's
It's
trying to...
scary, right?
That's super weird.
Yeah.
So moving on to like customer service and like restaurant staff, I know we have quite funny stories that pop up. I think we've been together and things happen that are just funny.
Yeah.
Do you have some
I
good stories
all the time? But like multiple times, like I will go to a restaurant and I'm sitting there waiting for a cocktail. And my husband or whoever I'm with has already got their drink and we're waiting 20 minutes for a drink. This one place, there was nobody else in the place.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, where's my drink? And 20 minutes is pretty good for me. I'm not that patient.
Yeah, that's,
I'm like, is it coming? They're like, oh, yes, it's just getting made. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then probably 2 minutes later, I'm like, maybe I'll just change. And then like, oh no, he's just gone down the shop to get the ingredient. I was just like, oh my God, like, oh, kudos to him. But also I'm just going to get a wine.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, we haven't got that wine. Or just like, oh, have a water. Like,
this one happens all the time. Yeah. The wine one is a big one, but I think it's, bless the country. It's hard. Like,
yes,
like getting it's
really mostly.
So it's hard to get all these wines in that they're promising on their menus. So whenever you ask, there's, we like to drink a certain type of wine, you order it and they're like, oh no, it's sold out.
Yeah.
And then you ask for another one. Oh yeah, also sold out.
Yeah. We used to make a joke about it, like, oh, it's going to happen. Who's going to get it?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Nowhere we go has what we want.
So
we went out together, I think with our husbands, and this place, I think,
I remember this.
2 wines they didn't have.
Yeah.
Then they just brought out this wine, like one that I ordered, and poured it. And I'm like, I tried it, and I'm just like, this is like was it like a Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah, I think it was.
And I'm like, this is not a Chardonnay. Yeah. And they're like, yeah. I was like, it's not. Like, can I see the bottle? Yeah. And then it's like a Sauvignon. I was like, this is not what I asked for. He's like, oh yeah, we've run out of the other one.
They just hope for the best.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's the same. So we were at a birthday party the other weekend and up at the bar, just having a couple drinks as you do at the kids' party. We're here, just a couple. Lots of the girls were wanting to have Prosecco. And I think between us, there was quite a few of us. We'd all had a glass and they were like, oh, sorry, it's sold out. There's no more. Well, that's what we were hoping to drink for the day. And bearing in mind, this was a very big event. Like, they
And it was
would have-
only, what, an hour in?
yeah,
maybe?
you would think they would have, got some more
Prepared.
stock. And then we decide, like, a few of us want a glass of white wine. We all agree on it. And then we're like, oh, actually, can we change those 3 glasses to a bottle? And he's like, oh, I'll have to check. And we're like, why would he need to check if we can have the bottle? Okay, he goes off, comes back. He's like, oh, no, this is the last bottle. It's like half a bottle of the white wine.
God.
And then I think he starts pouring, like, the Chardonnay. Then that's the end of that. And I popped to go somewhere, and all they had was Sauvignon Blanc left.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Well, we're not Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, I'm not a Savvy Bee fan.
Oh.
And
And they measured it in a measuring.
Oh, it was so sweet.
So sweet, yeah.
A little measuring, like plastic
Very
measuring jug.
cute.
Precise. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
being precise. Prefer to see I'm getting the right amount.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
Pour me more.
But yeah, this happens all the time.
Do you know what I do love about restaurants and cafes here, which now when I go elsewhere I'm not used to, is that they repeat the order.
Yeah.
The first year or two I was just like, yes, I ordered. Like, you don't need to repeat it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a coffee or 2 things, they repeat it.
Yeah.
But now when I'm back in Australia or something, I'm like, oh my God, can you repeat it? Just in case you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
But I would say even though they repeat it, it can still go wrong.
oh yeah, definitely.
We had it the weekend. Still things going wrong even though they repeat it.
What happened?
So several times, not just us, but also other people there, our friends that were staying there. We'd ordered dinner. 3 of us came. Bella's did not come. What did she order? I think just a pizza. And they'd repeated the order back. And then it's like an hour later still in. Bless her, she was being very patient. But it still hadn't come.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, we've missed off. And even though they charged her, like it was on the bill, they could see it was on the computer. How it didn't get to the kitchen, I don't know. Had that. Also, one of the friends who was there had ordered her dinner. She'd asked for this steak, I believe. And then half an hour later, like as the food had already started coming out for everyone else, he's like, oh, sorry, we've run out of steak. This is half an hour after she ordered.
Yeah.
She's like,
Already comment.
okay, well, can I have this? And I, oh no, that's already sold out too. And then we had also the same for Bailey, wanted just a burger. 20 minutes later, they're like, oh no, so we've run out the buns.
Oh.
So they try and find something else for him. And I don't know, a lot of time had passed and just nothing was coming out. I don't know. Sometimes it's just a lot of people overwhelming for certain places, but it's just really funny.
Ugh. I get so not surprised, but like when they've got really good customer service and like right at the start, they're like, oh, look, we don't have this. And that, like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank you. Thank you for
telling me from the start.
Yeah. Or if I go somewhere to work and I will have ordered and then I'm like, oh, what's the Wi-Fi? And they're like, oh, the Wi-Fi's down. It's like, you saw me with my laptop. You could have told me before I ordered.
I sat down there. It's just funny. And also there's obviously a language barrier we can't expect.
Yes.
You know,
so many
everyone
funny
can have
things with the
perfect English and they misunderstand what you're trying to say. And so it's a miscommunication thing a lot of the time.
Yeah, what happened to Patrick when he ordered?
Oh, this happens. Yeah. This happens quite often, I think. So we were in Sonor at a hotel, just had a day pass. And we'd been ordering drinks for a while. We were having margarita cocktails.
Yeah.
Favourite. And then Patrick went back to order another one. He's like, margarita, please again. And then, but he did tell me that they asked for small or large, which you don't often order a small or large margarita cocktail, do you? He's like, large.
Of course.
The bigger the better. And then time passes and he comes like, margarita pizza. And he's like, no, cocktail. I'm like, well, what happened? He's like, I know you mentioned it was a bit strange that they asked me if I wanted small or large. But that's probably the only one you could get confused, like the same word.
Yeah, maybe. That's pretty funny.
We had a few margaritas already. And we had actually ordered lunch already. We had already eaten. So it's funny that they thought we might want some more food.
And did you want it? Did you eat it?
I was like, Patrick, send it back. No, he was like, all right, we'll keep it. Just get me my cocktail.
I love it.
Yeah. Also, actually, over the weekend, I'd asked for a coconut. I was like, Satu Kalapa Muda, please.
Yeah.
No, sorry, miss, sold out. I'm like, really? We're like, really? You sold out coconuts? I've just seen people have coconuts. He's like, no, sold out. I'm like, fine, just have some water. 10 minutes later, I go out and I just watch people keep ordering coconuts. I'm like, but you told me they were sold out. I don't understand. Was it short-term sold out? Like,
Did you
go
bring it
get
up with
some
you?
more? I just, like, no, I
whatever.
did not. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny things.
Only in Bali.
Yeah, only in Bali. What else?
What about scooters? Have you had anything funny on a scooter?
One funny incident on a scooter.
Yeah.
Me and Patrick were driving. I don't know if you remember the old Gang Mango.
Yeah.
That wasn't the big road. It was a
Yeah,
wobbly road,
yeah.
half kind of grass, half kind
yeah.
of paved-ish.
And rice fields all around it.
Rice fields right around. And it was in the dark. We were going out for dinner. Actually, my mum and stepdad were here. So we were driving to meet them for dinner, I think at Mason's. So I was dressed up quite nicely.
Yeah.
And because it was so small, you couldn't quite always fit two scooters going past each other.
And it was rocky and holes in the ground.
We stopped and Patrick went to put his foot down. But on the left-hand side, it was kind of like I don't know if it's a stream, but there was just nothing there.
Yeah. Like a ditch.
So, yeah, it was a ditch. So he put his foot down and there was nothing to put his foot on.
No.
So I mean, we're stationary, but we just went wee into the right.
No way.
And actually, something was wet because I was wearing like suede sandals and they got wet. And I was not luckily for Pat, the bike kind of landed on his leg, not me. So it was absolutely fine. So his ankle was a bit swollen for a few days, but it was just slow motion, falling in. So and some locals did help us back up. But
at least it wasn't during the day. And then, those Instagram pages that used to love taking videos and photos of like tourists.
Yeah, it could have been on, maybe,
Yeah. I always think of that when anything happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I think because up until I think that was done 2 years ago, the paving of that road.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while. Like nice road now.
And people used to always fall on the Canggu one before it got all built up.
Yeah.
I remember always seeing people falling in.
And cars.
It was hard. Yeah, because for a while you could have 2 cars on that road and cars would fall in.
Yeah, all the time.
Thankfully, I've never fallen in, I don't think.
Fallen into anything? No?
Nah.
No, good.
I did once get out of a car to help direct traffic because I had to go somewhere and I was trying to when you're in traffic and people don't the driving scene here is, it's a whole nother thing, but people were just not letting people go through. And I was just I was dressed up. I was trying to direct traffic. And then I'm like, shit, if anyone gets their phone out, I got to run. I don't want to be on anything. I was a bit. You see people,
you do see people do that all the time. Get out and start directing the traffic.
Someone do it all the time, and they're so good at it.
Yeah, they are.
The police, on the other hand, when they do it, I'm like, you're making it worse.
Yeah, are they actually police?
Yeah,
are they?
They're like traffic police. Yeah,
they come and really screw things up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the other thing that I think it's when the shortcuts were like that. What is it? Google Maps would take you just wherever it thought it could take you. I swear it was only 2 years ago that it changed to being able to have a motorbike on there.
Yeah.
As a pathway.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it would take me down these tiny little roads that I don't think a scooter was meant to go down. And I remember once, I feel like it was around Pereira before it got built up. And now I've noticed they've got big roads there. And I was going up through that and I was freaking out. I'd only been driving a scooter for maybe 6 months. So I don't know what to do. I was like, I have to keep going. I can't turn around and I don't know where this is going. By myself. Yeah, it was very scary.
Yeah, the Google Maps.
Oh my God.
It can be a little bit scary. We actually, when we stayed in Uluwatu around Bingin and we had hired a scooter and we were driving, all 4 of us on the scooter to the cashew tree to have breakfast.
Yeah.
And it took us down this tiny, and it was like concrete both sides, a tiny little space. And I was like, I don't actually think we can get, it got smaller and smaller. Yeah. I don't know if we can actually get through.
Yeah.
All our legs, were going to get chopped off. I think we had to get off and hope for the best. Perhaps
and walk behind.
Yeah. So
there's
funny.
so many of those, right? You see all the Gojeks going down. I'm like, I think you're going the wrong way.
Yeah. I'm like, can I follow them? Do they know where they're going?
Yeah. And I'm finding, is it Kuta, Seminyak? There's so many roads there that I don't know if they're one way.
Yeah, totally.
I always get confused. I just do it anyway. Yeah. But the other thing with scooters is what's the funniest things you've seen on scooters?
I was trying to think of that the other day. What have I seen on a scooter? I think just largely, like, I've seen people carry like a whole widescreen TV.
Yeah.
Unboxed, like, that's
People carry
really
everything.
scary. Obviously, ladders.
Yeah.
Quite common.
Yeah.
There's a man that has like 8 dogs he has on a scooter
Yes,
sometimes.
I love seeing that.
What about you? I'm trying to think of
Have you seen the one with the goats?
No. What?
I think it's around Denpasar.
Oh, really?
I think he's known, but
Like a goat man.
on the main road, Sunset Road. Yeah. So the scooters here, some scooters have these boxes on the side that they put their dogs in, I think, to carry. And anyway, he had that.
Yeah.
And it has like fake grass in the bottom, which is cute. And there was goats in either side, and then there was like, I think, a little baby goat on the back.
Oh.
And he was just driving with these goats.
Sure.
I was like, what
As
the
you
hell?
do. How does the goat
So
fall
cool.
off?
I don't know. But I also, like, sometimes dogs are sitting on the back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do they just balance?
Yeah.
Like, because everyone here drives their dogs on their scooters.
Yeah.
Some drive them in their little baby pack thing. It's so cute when you see this little dog on a scooter. But it's so funny. It's just what you do, right?
Yeah, it's just like, how do you get things around otherwise if you can't, like, you're on a scooter most of the time?
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick had a big rolled up carpet, like rug,
Yeah, I saw that. That was
underneath.
massive.
Like, he sat on it
Yes,
and had it poking out the back.
Yeah.
But people just carry anything. Anything get on there.
And you can get racks put onto your scooters for surfboards, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Speaking of transport, I know you had a funny boat story.
Oh my God. I don't know if it was funny or disastrous.
Wow.
But obviously a lot of people have done snorkeling and around Lombongan and Penita, and I was organising a work trip. So we had people come over from Australia for a work trip, and I'd organised a yacht. Like, yachts here are hard to come by because there is a massive luxury tax, so there's not a lot.
Yeah.
And I did take a while to find a yacht, and I got the photos, videos of a yacht, and basically paid the deposit, get there, and it's like this old fishing boat. Yeah, so funny.
You're like,
oh my God. And I was like fuming. I was like, we're not getting out of the car until I get the boat that you sent me.
Yeah.
And then I could see the bloody yacht just over.
So it was there.
And you could see it. And there was like boats everywhere parked in this little bit. For starters, we were told to get there at a certain time, and the water hadn't risen yet enough for us to be able to go out. So we still had to wait another hour for the boat to be ready. Anyway, because I'm watching them clean this fishing boat, and it looked like they were getting it ready, and there was no one else around. I'm just like, that is not our freaking boat. Oh my God, how embarrassing. But so then I spent I reckon half an hour to 45 minutes trying to communicate with these people who couldn't speak much English because they were just the end people. Yeah. And I was on the phone to the travel agent who had organised this boat. He's like, oh yeah, I couldn't get on to the owner of the boat this morning to get the boat ready. Yeah. He's like, so yeah, this is your boat. And I'm like, I'm not paying like the price you gave me. And then he changed his tune and he's like, oh, it's because there's only 6 of you and that's for 10. I was like, well, you knew that from the start. Yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, I can't get onto the owner of the other boat. This is your boat. Oh my God.
Nothing ever quite makes sense.
And then they wouldn't let us on the boat until we paid. And I'm like, you're ruining our day.
Yeah, this experience is not.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, yeah, that was very disappointing. But that happens a lot. Yeah. And that's why I was very specific with showing me photos, show me videos. I know this happens.
I'm impressed that it was actually there. I was going to, I was assuming that you're going to say it didn't exist.
Weird feeling. I don't know, the whole time. Yeah. So I have all these messages being like, I'm confirming it's this picture. Yeah. I'm confirming it's this exact one. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Things go wrong quite quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Yeah, obviously. It was fine. Yeah. The people that did it were great, and I caught fish because we went fishing. Oh, okay. And I caught most fish. So, yeah, that made me feel better. But I brought like an esky with drinks. I bought a floaty because I was like, I'm going to be sitting on the front of the yacht, chilling. I'm going to throw...
You're on a fishing boat.
Turns out that wasn't the case, but it's fine.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I enjoy that story.
Yeah. I don't. I just, And we're going again in a few weeks.
Oh, you are?
I'm like, I'm not organising it. Like, it is what it is. I actually like the fishing boats.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit more like local and like feels Balinese.
Yeah.
Should I just organise that? Have
Yeah.
I been about, I don't know, quarter of the price less than?
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Save some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any issues with things not working out the way you planned? I can remember.
I haven't got any stories quite like that, I don't think, where we've paid for something and it turned out to not be quite the experience. Oh, this is kind of related, but my friend had recommended like getting this healing with someone.
Yep.
And I'm assuming like it's a sit down, you know, energy kind of
Like
healing.
like a spiritual
just like
healing one.
a bit of a talking, or she's, using more of
like
a
a Balinese,
Balinese, like a.
Was she Western or Balinese?
No, so she was Balinese.
Yep.
She came to our house. She spoke a little bit of English.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Get something to lie on. You'll need to lie down." I was like, "Okay, fine." Put out one of the sofa cushions on the floor. I thought she was just gonna like put her hands like not touching me, but
Reiki
over me and do some kind of like Reiki.
Yeah.
I thought I just assumed it was that kind of healing. And then she's like, "Well, can you take your clothes off?" And I'm like, "What?" And it's just me and her in the house. And I'm like, "Why?" And like she was like, "No, take your top off." And I'm like, "No." This is really weird.
Yeah.
But then she's like, basically what it was like a healing massage, if you can call it that. I don't really know. She had like this scrub and was scrubbing my body, but like dry. She made me put a towel down over the thing too. So anyway, I'm like, this
Were
is
you covered? Like, did you have a sheet? Or did...
No, I was not covered. So I'm like,
that's...
topless, lying on the floor in our house on a towel. There's no one else there. I'm like, could the pool guy come round? Like, I'm topless, feel really uncomfortable. And she's even going like around my breast.
It's like a massage.
I'm like, Caitlin, damn you didn't tell me what this was. So Caitlin.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's like, "Oh my God, so sorry." And then
did she have the same experience?
She had the same thing.
Oh,
but
she
like,
did.
She knew what she was paying. Like she knew what was going to happen. I don't know. It didn't feel like a healing massage to me at all. It wasn't even a good massage. But she's like scrubbed my body. And with the weird thing was she was like burping throughout it.
Oh.
Like I think it was like the negative energy.
Oh, okay.
Out,
because she had
supposedly.
something.
Yeah, no, she didn't have a problem. It was just a very bizarre experience. So just check.
She recommended that person to me too, but I didn't, thankfully, take that up.
And then she just left me like lying there, and it was a mess in the house because there was all this scrub everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm dirty. I was like, I've got to pick up kids in 10 minutes. I was dirty with this scrub on me, had to wash, and I was like, that just happened.
Weird.
Nothing inappropriate happened, I will just add, so it wasn't an issue, but like I just wasn't
expecting it. Yeah, because most of like the Bali healing, it's literally just like they're moving their arms or their hands over you.
Yeah.
They'll say some stuff. They might put water on you.
I was expecting that. I was
touching
and like I've been to energy healing before, and it was more of a talking thing, and it wasn't a massage. So just double check. Make sure you ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, so that was a funny one. So what else? What about you? Any other funny things you can think of?
Funny one, actually, it was funny to us, but in Ubud, and this is like Bali, right? There's monkeys, and we were staying near the monkey forest, not that close, and one morning we woke up at like 5 or 6 a.m. as it was getting light to these like screaming, like this guy is screaming. We're right next to this rice field, and I wake up and I look out, and there's this guy running through the rice fields with 5 massive monkeys chasing him, like apes. I'm going to say it reminded me of like that Planet of the Apes. 5, they were huge, like not your cute little monkeys, they were massive. He's running, through like a path through the rice fields, screaming. he's obviously maybe tried to, I don't know, attack them or hit them or do something. Maybe,
Yeah.
I'm hoping,
Yeah.
to make them go after him.
Yeah.
And then he's like jumped into the rice fields, hoping that they wouldn't follow him.
Oh my
And then they're
God.
making noises, but then the monkeys have run off or ate or whatever they were. But this poor guy probably is going about his job. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but
Oh my God.
yeah, it
That's
definitely
scary.
scared me.
That's really scary.
I'm not going to be going out at 5 or 6 a.m. in Ubud.
No.
No.
I wouldn't even go to the monkey
Oh.
forest anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They unnerve me. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to make eye contact with a monkey or
Oh,
something, right?
really?
Yeah.
Ah.
And don't carry around loose things.
Yeah.
They do like mobile phones, don't they, these
They're just like
monkeys?
anything. They're pretty
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah.
They'll find stuff and play
Yeah.
with it. And
Yeah.
sunglasses. And...
Yeah. You see the videos all the time on Instagram of like,
Yeah.
people trying to like give the monkey something else to get their phone back.
Yeah.
Like the stop, and they're like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, they're so funny.
Yeah. Be careful around monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's our first episode of Only in Bali.
Yeah.
There are plenty more that we'll be showcasing over the months.
Yeah.
but-
Many more stories to come.
Yeah.
And actually, if any of our listeners have some stories similar to these that they can think of, please do share them. You can send them in to our Instagram at Bali Life Unfiltered Feed. I'd love to have a laugh with you.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.